Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Coffee with Katie. You can see the steam coming off of this guy. So this is my Explore mug. I believe I got this at Target on clearance. And today's coffee is pistachio macaron or macaroon from Coffee Beanery. It's really good. Smells delightful. So today's video is going to be books with beautiful hardcovers. And first off, let me explain what I mean by that. So I mean either books that under their dust jacket, they have really pretty designs underneath, that they were made to be hardcovers, like they don't have a dust jacket and they just have whatever's printed there on the cover, and they were just meant to be pretty without a dust jacket and that's just how they are. Or ones that have like secret foiling or stamps or different things underneath the dust jacket. Some of these are collector's editions, some of these are regular editions. And this is going to be a part 1 video, so we'll see how this goes. I have plenty more for part 2, and I'm sure I'll continue to collect them over time. I'm going to do this with the plans of doing a part 2 if you guys want to see it. With that, let's just get into it. So I spent a little bit of time like figuring out what books have secret things under the cover, and some of them I actually discovered while planning for this video because I wasn't sure. So I was taking dust jackets off of like everything to see what was underneath and found some cool stuff. And I found a lot that I decided to split this into 2 videos, as I said before. And the first one we're going to talk about is The Witcher Illumicrate edition, and this is The Last Wish. So this is the first book in the Witcher series. It's kind of like short stories, so it's kind of like a prequel short stories before the actual first book. And this is the Illumicrate edition. It is absolutely beautiful. As you can see, there's no dust jacket on this. It has the wolf and the bird is his eye. I don't know if you've noticed that before. And then down here it has this beautiful, beautiful detailing of trees and these birds flying. On the back it also has the birds and the trees. It has black sprayed edges which make it look really sleek and nice. And then the spine says The Witcher, Last Wish. It says there's a grain of truth in every fairy tale. So super beautiful naked hardcover. And not that this is a part of the video, the end papers are also absolutely stunning. So that's this first one. These next few, you knew I couldn't do a video without talking about Caraval. You knew it. It's bound to happen. That would be the UK editions of the Caraval series. So I'll go through each one of these. The UK editions of these books are actually pretty hard to find nowadays of the hardcovers. And I think I had to buy the first one secondhand and it was a little bit beat up, but that's okay. And I want to show you what's underneath of all of these. First one is obviously Caraval. And if you look under the dust jacket, they all had a secret cover. So they had like a foil embossing and there was 4 or 5 designs of the original printings. And so you didn't know which one you were going to get until you got it. When I ordered mine secondhand, I got the top hat. But there's a lot of different ones you can get and they're really beautiful. And the spine has this pretty gold foiling. So super pretty, love it. Next one would be Legendary, also really cool with the navy blue and the silver. And then you take this off. And I believe for this one, for the first print run, it also had secret covers underneath. And I don't know if there was 3 or 4 or how many you could get, but the one I have, they were all fate cards, and the one I have is the Shattered Crown fate card. I just love secret covers and like little details like this because even though it's not the most elaborate thing you've ever seen, it's really beautiful and it just kind of adds value to your books, I think. The next one is Finale, and this is the Waterstones edition that I bought off of somebody, so it does have red sprayed edges and is signed by the author. And this one is red and gold and beautiful. I don't believe this one had different secret hardcovers. I think it was all the same. But it says, a true queen's power isn't in her crown, it's in her heart. And it has this really cool gold foiling that's like swirling like this magic. It goes over the spine and onto the side. And I think it even goes, yeah, like under the edge of the end papers. But absolutely beautiful. And the next one up is going to be The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin. Now obviously the cover in itself is absolutely stunning on this book. But in the first edition, so the first print runs they're doing, this is what the naked hardcover looks like. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to show you. It's this beautiful, I'm sure you've seen this around. It's this beautiful black cover with a bunch of plants and butterflies on it. And the spine looks like this. This is like just an absolutely beautiful book. I love it when publishers do stuff like this for the naked hardcover because it's just such a fun surprise, and it makes you just love the book even more. If you're interested in getting this book and this exact copy, I would go ahead and grab it while you know it's in the first print run. That way you know you get it. Because sometimes, and this has happened to me in the past, where I've bought a book years after it came out thinking that I was going to get this underneath the dust jacket, because I've seen other people like show them off, and then I get the book and it's not like that because it was only in the first print run. So if you do want this and you want this exact edition, I would go ahead and grab it while you can. This is going to be a graveyard of dust jackets by the time I get done with this. All right, the next one we're going to look at is the collector's edition of Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. So this is the slip cover that goes over this book, and the rest of it is like this. It's not cloth bound because it's like coated, but this kind of painted, almost cloth bound material with gold foiling. So, and it has the sword on the back, which is super pretty. And then when you take it out of the slipcover, this is the back of the book, but it has this beautiful gold foiling detail with this stag. On the spine it says Throne of Glass. And then on the front, it has this beautiful sword gold foiling detail. It's absolutely stunning. And I love when they do this with books. It's so pretty. The end papers are kind of like foiled gold too. And it's got like chapter art for everything. So I do think if you can find these for a good price, these are worth it just because they look beautiful on your shelves. And I know for me, like I really like foiling on my naked hardcovers, and I like just art prints in general on the naked hardcover, like The Nature of Witches. Those for me are my favorite types of beautiful books with the foiling. And I'm not like delving into covers in this video. I could do that another time, but this is just the naked hardcovers. Speaking of beautiful gold foiling, the next one is The Court of Miracles by Kester Grant. And this is the UK edition. So the gold foiling on the cover is stunning, and it makes this book look so beautiful and interesting, but underneath it looks like this. Oh my gosh. Have you ever seen something so beautiful in your life? And the spine is also decorated and foiled, and oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And it says, "Take what you will." And I think, like, depending on what edition you bought of this, like if it was a special edition like Fairy Loot, Illumicrate, etc., that this was a different design and said something different. Take a shot of espresso every time I say, "That's so pretty, it's so pretty." You'll be really hyper for the rest of the day. All right, we're gonna get into another series. So if you don't know, this series, as far as they've come out, have beautiful naked hardcovers under the dust jackets. And I had no clue about this until I found a video a couple of months ago about them. And I had always wanted to read this series, but never had really picked up any copies of it. Then when I saw those videos, I was like, I have to get these UK edition hardcovers immediately. And the first one was extremely hard to find. And because it was so hard to find, I immediately then bought the second and the third because I didn't want to be in the same position in a couple months. So I went ahead and bought all of them, and now I'm caught up so that when they release more hardcover editions, I can get them. And that is the Nevermoor series by Jessica Townsend. So I'd recently put these in a haul where I had collected them all slowly over a couple months. And the first one is The Trials of Morrigan Crow. And the cover's beautiful, really cool. UK edition, whatever. The cover's okay. Like, the cover art is okay. It's pretty, it's nice. It's got gold foiling, which is a really good touch. You guys, you need to get these books if you want them or if you love them, just for what's under the dust jacket. Are you ready? You're not ready. Look at this. I love these like shadow dog creatures. I love the gold foiling splattered across like little magic. The spine, the back. This is the most stunning thing. I think this is my favorite out of all of them. It is so cool. I love how dark and gloomy it is and how beautiful it is. Ugh, ugh. And the end papers are really bright. I was so glad that I was able to obtain this. It is so stunning. My most prized possessions over there. And obviously I was talking about the series, so the next one is Wondersmith by Jessica Townsend, The Calling of Morrigan Crow. And I bought these new, so they look much better cover-wise. And underneath, they all have something on the hardcover, which is so cool. I will say they're all equally beautiful, but they're just different styles. So this is what Wondersmith looks like under the dust jacket. Ooh. Much more of a green and silver, but kind of creepy detail with the house or school or whatever it is in the back. Spine looks like this. And the back is all of these trees with the moon and the gate. As I said, these books are absolutely beautiful. The hardcover editions are extremely hard to pass up because they're so cool. And I feel like for those, like, I'm gonna keep the dust jackets, but they would be so pretty to just display on your shelves without the dust jackets because they're just so well done. And the next one, because I don't have the fourth one yet because that's coming out in October 2022, is Hollowpox by Jessica Townsend. And this is The Hunt for Morrigan Crow. Covers on the UK editions are also just really pretty because of the gold foiling on the dust jacket itself. But wait until you see what's underneath. Look at it! It's purple with the gold foiling. And I have no idea what this is. It looks like it's a library, so it looks like it has like all these stairs going up to different levels with these books. But it could also be like the outside of a building. It's kind of confusing, but really pretty. And you can see like up here, you can see like green eyes picking out. Ugh. I don't know who decided to do these books this way, but they're amazing, and I need every publisher ever to do books like this. And the back, very similar, a little bit more green. Ugh. How are you not? I'm sorry if you're watching this and you're about to go spend a bunch of money on these books, but it's a piece of art. What can I say? I don't think the next two are any surprise to anyone, but the first one is King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. So this is the King of Scars duology. And for some reason, Leigh Bardugo just decided to make these books absolutely amazing and beautiful underneath. You'll see what I mean in a second. Look at it! That's the Landstorf crest, which is cool. But even the spines, absolutely detailed and intricate and beautiful. Again, why don't all publishers do things like this? It's so pretty. So that's this one. And you know where this is going, so then we have Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo. And this is obviously the second in the duology. Take off the dust jacket. Also, the end papers for this one are really pretty. For King of Scars, it was just black. For this, it's like a black and silver marble. Stunning. And then it's maroon and silver. It's got a tree and it's so beautiful, and I haven't read it, so I'm sure the tree is significant, but I haven't read them. And the spine is also just as intricate and says Rule of Wolves. This is just so pretty. I feel like if I hadn't read the Grishaverse, I would have seen these and been like, I'm buying these. I don't even care because they're so stunning. How can you not love this? I'm gonna do 3 more. So I've already shown you probably all of these, but I will show them to you again. The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, and this is the collector's edition, the Fastest Mile collector's edition. And it's got this beautiful cover, but underneath it's actually a cloth-bound book. So when you take it out, it looks like a really old-timey cloth-bound book. And it's this beautiful green with this navy, and it says The Hobbit, a little smog on there. Has the original publisher, says The Hobbit. Just a really pretty green. The top has green spread edges to match, the rest of them do not. Who made that choice, I don't know, but the rest of it's beautiful. You know what kind of is a downside to collector's edition books? It makes you not want to read them because you don't want to mess them up. And granted, I've read The Hobbit, and I think I've listened to The Hobbit also, so it's not like I need to reread it again, but that is something to consider. If you ever don't want to ruin a collector's edition book, but you want a collector's edition, food for thought. The next one we're going to look at is a Fairy Loot edition, and that is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. You guys know I love this book. I love this cover. Fairy Loot did an amazing job with the color scheme with this purple and just making it look exquisite. But underneath, it's also beautiful. Well, first off, the sprayed edges are extremely intricate and detailed and amazing. But then after you get past all of that beautiful aesthetic, you have this foiling detail of wrath. I'm sorry, this is just stunning and beautiful and amazing, and Fairy Loot just knows what they're doing and kills it every time. So super beautiful. Something I've noticed, I think it's really funny now that my husband does, is when I get a book or he gets a book, that's a hardcover. One of the first things he does now because of me is he takes off the dust jacket and looks to see what's underneath. And I think it's really funny because he never used to do that before, but now he knows that there could be something hidden underneath. So he does that now. It's precious, but also kind of funny. Because I mean, once you know, you know. And then you want to investigate every book ever and you're disappointed when it doesn't have something fancy underneath. So this is going to be the last one for this video, and that is the Lit Joy Crate edition of Wuthering Heights. So Wuthering Heights is by Emily Bronte. It's obviously a classic. I wanted a special edition of this. I got one for my birthday. So it has this slipcover. It has Heathcliff on this side and Catherine on this side. And then you slide the book out. And it's this beautiful like cream color. And on the front, it has Wuthering Heights. It has both of those characters with the brambles and the wild trees with all this gold foiling. Absolutely stunning. And then it wraps around the back. And these branches look like hands. And then it has gold sprayed edges. Absolutely beautiful. Such a gorgeous edition. And the papers also have quotes and it's black and gold. Lit Joy Crate killed it with these. I believe they have a Pride and Prejudice version too, and it's like inverted, so like it's more black and gold. It's so pretty. If you're interested, I can link them down below. They do some really pretty classics. And on the spine it does say Lit Joy Crate Classics. Stunning, gorgeous, exquisite. All right, everyone. Well, that was part 1 of Beautiful Books I Own edition. Let me know down in the comments if you would like to see part 2. Not gonna lie, probably gonna do part 2 whether you say so or not. So hopefully you like it. Let me know what some of your most beautiful books are. So like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next time. Stay safe and caffeinated. Bye.